Hello guys and welcome to Watching Time. Once again we are here to showcase a watch that it's a new member of our collection. Um, and we're also going to discuss about a brand that it has definitely been there for a long while, but it has also taken into some interesting changes, I would say, in the last year or so. So we were talking about Baume Mercier. Baume Mercier, it's well known. People know it because it has been there like forever. And they have been producing interesting timepieces from the start. During the quartz recession and the years after, in terms of marketing and recognition, it suffered quite a drop. And today, even if for people that know about watchmaking, know about watches, it is a brand that is recognized widely from the population point perspective. It's not recognized at all. Um, and they don't really see it as a high-end brand. Well, actually, because of the prices that they're using and the models that they're doing right now, they are in the middle lower end, especially because they are using a lot of second, let's say, market-made mechanism like Solita, for example. So this permits them to drop a lot their prices on some of their models, and at the same time, it lets them innovate a little bit on the design. So I'm going to discuss here two courses that they are taking that I think are quite interesting to notice. So Baume is taking some interesting directions over the last 2 years, and we're going to showcase one that I think it's quite interesting right now, which is the Baume line. The Baume line is characterized by interchangeable strap system, which is actually holder by a button. So you actually have a sleeve that it's kind of going to be used for the straps, and then you have a case that it's circular in shape, nothing fancy about it, quite simple, with a unicorn, if we want to put it shape, crown on it. So it's quite interesting because it's simple, but at the same time it offers something else. So for a moment, don't look at this watch and have a look at the other models that they are presenting on the Baume line. Then you have the Riviera. The Riviera is probably one of their answers to the high demand that there is right now to the integrated strap, to the hexagonal, interesting Gerald Genta kind of case of watches. And maybe it will be topic for another video to go into depth, but I think it's an interesting watch, interesting shape, but most of people don't know that actually does not take from Gerald Genta, because actually it is inspired by the Riviera first model that was before Gerald Genta, Audemars Piguet, and Nautilus, Vacheron Constantin. So it's actually before, and the shape of the original Riviera is actually reprised in the new models almost exactly. Obviously modernized, bigger, etc. But it is their model. So I think that's an interesting way of putting things. And they are also using in those watches some of their in-house movements, putting it at the same price level of Tudor in terms of prices for in-house. And it's the Baumatic. Interesting movement with 80 hours power reserve. So it's actually 80 hours. Maybe I'm doing my math wrong, but it's actually 5 days power reserve. So it's an interesting movement, and it's in-house. And the price is really affordable, because at the end, we are talking on the range of around 350, 500 euros or dollars, more or less, 4,000 probably around it. So what I wanted to show you today exactly, it's the Baume line, and particularly the innovation that they're doing in modernizing through collaborations. So this is a collaboration that they did with Aurelien Giraud. Aurelien Giraud, and sorry for the spelling here in French, but he's a very famous skateboarder. Not Tony Hawk level, obviously, but in Europe and in France, he's probably one of the best skateboarders. He was going to participate in the Tokyo Olympics, first time ever that you see skateboarding in the Tokyo Olympics, in any Olympics. He couldn't because of of an injury, but the point is that he's a skateboarder. He has done this collaboration with Baume in order to innovate also on the use of materials, recycle of things that have been used, and innovate a little bit on the design and the colors. So what we have here is a watch that it's taking the model of the Baume and re-elaborating it, first of all, with a case made from skateboards, actually. So they use the skateboards. This is a limited series, so it's limited in number. So obviously there are not going to be a lot. I'm trying to look if the number is here, because as you see, also the back of it is made of wood. So no, I don't see any numbers specifically, but it's limited. I don't remember right now if it's 200. So they have used the skateboard to produce the case. So this is wood. It has been treated a lot, so it arrives to a point of impermeability, and also for it not to change color with sweat and to be in contact with other things. Obviously the back is also made of wood, but dark color wood. Very nice. I really like the design here. And then you have an open back case to showcase the Celita, nothing big here, and the signature of the skateboarder. As you see, there is a blue ring inside. That's because the inner part inside of the wood, so the actual case of the movement, is made of aluminum. So, and if I remember correctly, it's recycled aluminum. Very interesting. The glass, obviously, it's sapphire. You have a very interesting way of showing the time, because you have one internal disc, and you can see that it has been made with the abrasive material that is used on skateboards for you not to slip off. And the Baume logo actually showcases the hours. So that's the hour hand. And then you have the minutes hand, which is a more classical minute hand. Very nice, but it gives the sensation and the feeling that this is a one-hand watch. It is not. So you actually have two hands that are disguised inside of the watch. Very interesting way of showcasing a one-hand structure. So I really like the design on this one. I really like the use of materials that are reminding you of skateboarding. And the straps are, the internal part are made of cork, the one that you use on your bottles of wine. Obviously they have this really nice button so you can interchange them, and the exterior part is made of a cloth. So nice design with the colors, the blue and the red, designed by Aurelien Giraud himself. So I think it offers you a very, very interesting proposition to what the watch can be. So just to show you guys how the time changes, I haven't wound the watch, so that's the reason why it's not moving by itself. So very interesting. It's almost a 42mm watch. So I'm just going to show you how it showcases. It's full dial, so it sits on your wrist a little bit big, but that's fine. Very nice. I think it looks very nice when you wear it. Very sporty, very different from other watches. So obviously the case, this is the box. It's all recycled. Very interesting. And you have inside obviously a pouch for your watch, the instructions, and all the manuals. So I think that's pretty much it. I really thank you all guys for following. I hope I showed you something that is different from other watches, and that can, at this point, solicit a little bit of interest on what Baume Mercier is doing, the pathway they are taking. I'm really curious to see what they're going to showcase or present to us in the future. But right now, I think they're really doing a good work to become well noticed again. I think these type of watches are going to put them back on the spotlight. So see you on our next video. Take care, and until then, bye bye.